What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm here, so I don't get fined.
Well, good thing.
Well, that's good because we're passing them out.
Good thing you earn fucking PTO.
You have definitely accrued PTO.
Yeah, this episode.
Dude, it's so weird too because like it was a good episode, but it was also not a bad episode, but like it wasn't like it was good, but it wasn't good. Like it's so weird. Like I don't know.
I know I've said it like 3 times about episodes, and I'm sounding like a broken record, but it was like. It was the prequel, all right? It was a little bit of like, oh, there's a storm on the horizon. And then we saw the preview and I was like, yes.
Oh, for next week?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm willing to bet right now that we get none of what they showed us.
It's not actually going to be in the actual show at all.
Yeah, like the Tina Bananas fight that never happened.
Thank you. I was fucking thinking that last night when I was watching this morning when I was taking notes or whatever. And I had the exact same thought. Yeah. I was like, is any of this going to actually happen? Because I flashed back to the Tina Bananas fight when they're sitting on the little stadium looking bleacher things. The same place where Jordan and Michele talked in this episode about bananas. And I was like, whatever happened to the Tina Bananas argument where she's like, I don't even remember exactly what she said to him, but she was fucking going off on him.
Listening to nails on a chalkboard, listening to you talk every day.
How many people hate you, dude?
And I was looking forward to seeing that when they had done like the season preview. And then they never aired it. So now I'm like, and we didn't get it as a deleted scene. We didn't get it as shit. I'm like, what the heck is going on?
You know what? Talk about a lot of this season. We've been talking about going scorched earth. Like Tina will go scorched earth on a motherfucker.
Oh yeah, she does
real quick.
She gives no
real
fucks.
Quick.
No fucks whatsoever.
0 to 100 real quick.
Real motherfucking quick.
Drake was gonna make it tonight, but he ran out of time. So
you can't say that.
I'm just saying it's. I get it. He's not like us. Sorry, these jokes are like fucking 9 months old. Well, you're welcome.
Gotta bring it back to the beginning, right?
Check them out in the Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
I guess we're all just. Anyway.
I mean, here's my thing is like. The daily was cool. I mean, it was cool. It was good.
It was a great daily. Look, the problem is it's like, I think I'm figuring out at least what my problem is. We're always saying like, oh, we missed the old challenge, right? But the old challenge had all these corny, weird, stupid games where they're putting on a chicken suit and they have to pick up live worms in their mouth and transfer it to a different bucket, right? Like just stupid shit. But at the same time, they were fun to watch. It was entertaining. It was funny. Like they put on big bobbleheads and they got to drive down a thing on these, luges, and try to get to the bottom with these freaking things sliding all around. That's fucking hilarious. That's hilarious. These ones are really good, challenging dailies, but they're not fun to watch. Like, and I think that's like the biggest disconnect for me from like the earlier seasons to the newer ones is it's like these to me are way more challenging than the earlier ones, but the earlier ones were more fun to watch.
But wouldn't you expect that from season 40 though?
Well, yeah, no. Yeah, I'm just saying like the comparison between like old school and like the new school challenge where people are like, I want the
what we call carnival games.
I want the old challenge back or whatever. And it's like,
yeah, I mean, I get that. Like, first of all, millennial check right there. When I said bobsled under my breath, did anybody else think Jamaica's got a bobsled team? Because I did. Cool Runnings is my shit.
I just saw that on the thing because it's like on Disney Plus or whatever. Yeah. I was like, we got to watch this with the kids.
You know what? Just because we're talking about it, I have to wear the jersey now next week. I have to wear it. I guess I could go do an outfit change real quick.
I mean, you could surprise everybody. I could put a pretty little
like we haven't done it before.
Like like one of those TikTok things that like TJ does where I'm just like, bam. And then all of a sudden you're in a new outfit.
I'll do it after, like in between the intro. There we go.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, it's like
Got
being
it.
at the Oscars.
Look, I'm even wearing my TJ hoodie and everything. What would TJ do? He would do some corny ass TikTok transition to put you in a new shirt.
I feel like TJ wouldn't do that actually.
No, he wouldn't.
TJ would probably just stay in the outfit he was in.
TJ would go running in his flip-flops and shorts for 7 miles one way.
In the Vegas weather.
Yeah.
What I've noticed in every picture I've seen of TJ, and I dig it, is like, as a man, once you hit a certain age, you have a style and you rock that fucking style. You don't change it. In TJ's, a pair of fucking cargo shorts with some flip-flops and a button-up shirt that's about halfway done.
Yeah.
And dude, rock it, bro. That's your shit. I'm a polo and cargo shorts guy myself. So I get the thing.
The funniest part about it for me, though, is that like with TJ's style, you can see like the progression of it, but nothing has really changed other than the top half. Like he's always been like a cargo shorts and like flip-flops or like tennis shoes, right?
Yeah.
But the shirts went from like the no fear, t-shirts to ones that had like the sayings on them, like on Rivals, I always think of the one where he comes after they do the overnight challenge and they have to stand on all the boxes. And then he shows up the next morning. I can't remember exactly what his shirt says, but the cast even comments on it. And he wore those for a while. And then now it's button ups, but it's always been the shorts. Always, like, unless the challenge dresses him, because then you had like the weird one on Double Agents where he was like wearing like really nice jeans and that like really
Peacoat.
super nice jacket peacoat that TJ did not like go pick out by himself. There's no way. Like production or Roxanne got him that for sure.
Just because you said this, and I'll share it with you if you want to clip it for the audience to see. I'm sure Morgan won't care, but
oh no. Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really change. It just mellows a little bit. Like,
exactly.
I have the same color pattern in a button up. There you go, America. You're welcome.
Yep. Hilarious.
I was a fucking tool. You can tell by that picture, by the way, if you put that up. If you don't, then
I see pictures from Brick's like early 20s and I'm like, it's a really good thing we met when we did, because if we met in that stage of your life, this never would have happened ever. Yeah. So like
it's all about timing, right?
for reals, bro.
Big
for
time.
reals. Like, I actually had my shit together. I wasn't a piece of shit drinking Colt 45.
And two zigzags.
and two zigzags. Baby, that's all we need.
Oh my
We
God.
can
All
go
right.
to the park after dark.
Smoke that tumbleweed. Man, I'm so sad about the pen.
We should have got the blow dryer. We didn't do that.
I'm so afraid it's gonna just like explode.
It might.
I
It
know.
just might. That's
I
what
know.
I get for
It's a
spending.
plausible fear. That's
Yeah.
what makes it worse. Like it could actually happen.
I mean, it's just me, you, and Josh. Like, we can't take multiple breaks to go out to the garage real quick. Give us 5 seconds.
We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Like, how often do you need a break? All right, so we're gonna need one before the daily, after the daily, before deliberation, after deliberation,
Before
the bar
elimination.
scene,
Oh.
after the bar scene, before elimination, after elimination, before nomination, after nomination. But wait, Rick, you said after elimination, but before nomination. Or before the nomination of targets. Yeah, we're gonna go out there twice in a row.
Yeah. Back to back.
By the end, I'm not gonna be able to make sense of what I just said.
I can't make sense of what you just said, and I just heard it.
I can't now. So whatever. Anyways, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Venegancy! Venegancy! That's how you say vengeance in Italian. Venegancy! Venegancy! Hey,
I'm going to get my Venegancy on you.
Suck my ass, bananas.
Eat my shit. Bitch. Fucking Tori. Savage ass bitch.
Dude, that's like the meanest thing anyone's done since Evelyn fucked his world up on the island.
For real.
Like, people don't go at bananas like that. And that's what makes it funny, is because like they have a relationship. So her being able to like just fucking call his ass out like you're being a fucking crybaby. Stop.
Yeah, stop fucking crying, bitch.
Okay. And I'm going to get into this, but blatantly kind of ripped off Cedric the Entertainer there, buddy. And if you don't know, you You don't know. I mean, if you know, you know. I don't know what else to say about that.
If you don't know, now you know. What song is that?
I don't know, but I wish Creed. I wish a motherfucker would.
I wish a motherfucker would.
All right, Cedric.
Okay.
Fuck out of here.
Thanks, Johnny. Thanks, John.
Have you met my pet squirrel, Gus Gus? Welcome to the club.
Oh, man.
All right.
Wait, ready? Set.
What?
Magic fingers. Wait. Oh, no. Fucked it up. I fucked it up. Magic fingers.
Shout out to Pierre at Go Media. Thank you for the jersey, bro.
Yeah.
It's fucking Banks, Captain 99. What up?
Up.
Oh shit, we're back.
Back, bitches.
You know what?
Guess who's back?
Welcome back to
the Challenge Fandom Podcast, the greatest challenge podcast out there.
The GOAT said it.
Again.
Just saying.
Can't deny.
Again. That's
Can't
twice.
deny.
That happens 3 times.
Yeah.
Us. Anyways, hey, welcome back to the Challenge Fandom Podcast. My name's Rick Hayes. I got my beautiful wife, Corrina Hayes, and we've got Josh motherfucking Chambers.
Woo.
OG, old school episode. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm hyped.
Let's go.
I'm tired.
Woo, woo, woo.
No, I'm just kidding.
Josh, like, fuck this shit.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Look, I'm going to treat this game.
I missed too many in a row.
Well, like we said, you got PTO. You got PTO built up. You're good. A little vacation time. A little sick day.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I'm going to come at this. Speaking of like PTO and sick day, I'm going to come at this episode like the guy's jersey I'm wearing, Banks. And that means I'm going to only do half of it and then pretend I got injured. Oh, my leg, coach. Emilio Estevez.
Coach Bombay.
You're a fool.
I know. That's good. Coach Bombay. Anyways, welcome. Like I said, we're here. We're going to break down.
We're definitely here.
We're definitely here. Some of us.
Well, yeah, some of us, clearly.
Yeah.
Michigan's.
Yeah, you guys should have.
I'm partially here.
Yeah. Well, you know, they need to put in their sick time requests on time.
Yeah. Such an asshole.
Anyways, we're here to break down episode 10 of the Challenge Battle of the Eras. This episode's title was A New Era. And no, we're not talking about a fresh baseball cap, but I love those. We're talking about the name of this episode, A New Era, which makes no fucking sense in the context because everybody is still representing their era. But now there's cross-era alliances that weren't happening earlier, but could have happened earlier, but they still didn't because the game hasn't really changed.
A new era of no errors.
I don't get it. I mean, I guess 40 forward, like whoever plays going forward would be a new era. So I don't know what they're trying, but I don't know what they're trying to say now. But that's stupid because nobody new is here. I don't get it. But
even beyond like that, it's just like, I get it. Like, oh, it's a new era of the game where they're playing individually.
I guess
it's not. It's the same game. It's the same voting process.
Yeah.
You know, nothing's changed. And
I mean, there's been a couple of things that have changed.
A couple, but I mean, it's still the same.
It's
the same.
Same, but different, but same.
Samesies. Corporate wants you to tell us the difference between these two pictures.
They're the same. It's the same picture.
There you go. Anyways,
speaking of pictures.
Ooh,
you like
transition,
that?
Transition. I'm going to be late on the draw, but I'm going to get back there. Transition. Smooth like oatmeal, ladies.
Serving tonight.
Josh is like, what the fuck did I walk into tonight?
I should have taken the night off too. God
Let
damn it.
these two fuckers just go at it.
He's fucking it. Oh look, my Wi-Fi is not.
Over the phone, Tori. Josh can't come to the phone right now.
But getting into what you were saying about the picture, yeah, we get the intro is Kara trying to convince the girls. I think it looked like free agents.
It was free agents, yeah.
Yeah, that hey,
It was
you
like
get the chance to throw bananas in, you throw bananas in.
Yeah.
And it's weird because it's almost like we've been regurgitating that same fact every fucking episode of every season we've recapped.
And why is that?
Because if you get a goat into the elimination, you have a better chance of beating them in the finals because they might not be there.
Right, because his elimination percentage sucks.
yeah.
Yeah, like
Compared to his finals.
But with that being said, like I said this last week, like Tori didn't really shoot to kill. She just it was a shot across the bow saying, "Hey, this is just a warning." Like
It was a warning shot. It was a warning shot, but
I was going to ask you, did you guys really talk about who Tori picked last week?
Yeah,
so we talked about that, and we talked about why we thought it was kind of short-sighted of Tori. Especially if you're going to take a shot at bananas, then take your fucking shot.
You put him against Theo and Josh.
Put people in there that can beat him.
Yeah.
You know? Although now looking at the elimination, I'm wondering like probably not. Josh probably wouldn't have been a great option. Maybe Theo, but I feel like he'd have had a hard time getting his legs like in that tiny ass little fucking toddler sized quad, if that's what they want to call it. Like, did you see the wheels on that? Anyway, I'm sorry.
I'm like, I don't want to talk too much about it right now, but
yeah,
the real one was when Josh had the opportunity to throw bananas in.
Yeah,
that's when he should have done it. You know, but anyways, I digress. Yeah, we all digress. I do love the fact that we have a Devin cutout now.
Yes, and the little sayings, like they're having him talk, everything, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, look, this is adorable. I love it because I love Devin, so I feel like he's still kind of here in a way. So this is great, but at the same time, how difficult was it to do this with CT Pro Tips? That's all we wanted. That's all we were asking for after he got eliminated is to keep the CT Pro Tips. And how difficult would it have been to have a little cartoon of him or just cropped out picture like they did with Devin, just pop up and be like, CT Pro Tip, don't ever do this. You know what I mean? Like, or CT Pro Tip, this is how you handle this situation, you know, or whatever. Like
right now to Tori, if you're going to take a shot, this is not how you do it.
Yeah. You know, so like how, you know, CT Pro Tip, always take a shot at bananas when you get a chance to take a shot at banana, you know, or whatever, like whatever he would say. I don't know. But how difficult was it to do that? Okay. That's all we wanted.
That's really all it was.
That's all we were asking for. Okay.
So we get a couple different conversations in this intro. We get, you know, Tori and Josh talking, and then about like Casey being gone, and Josh so upset. It's like, bro, you could have fought for a little bit.
Well, and my thing is this. Look, do I think that Josh could have saved Casey, kept Rachel from picking Casey? No. I think Rachel was going to pick Casey regardless. But I think it just, especially how Casey's going to see this episode, it just doesn't look good. And even to the person you're arguing against, like even to Rachel, if I was Rachel, it wouldn't put a lot of confidence in me that this person is saying, this is my ride or die, my number one, et cetera, but he doesn't fight for her at all. Like that wouldn't make me feel very comfortable with trusting that person either. So it's like, I just feel like, because I think a lot of our listeners out there misunderstood what I was trying to say last week. And it very much came off like I thought that Josh could have saved Casey. I don't think that.
No.
But it just doesn't look good on Josh to not fight for his number one at all. Agreed. Not try to make any kind of deals, try to, anything, not even say anything. Just be like, well, I know it's your, so.
No, I mean, I agree with that. I don't think it was changing Rachel's mind regardless.
Yeah.
I think she was going to do what she wanted to do. And what she was probably really hoping for was that Era 4 was going to lose. And then she could have said, well, Josh will fight for Tori. I won't throw Tori in, and we'll throw these two in.
Right.
But it didn't happen that way. I digress. We all digress. Bananas, Laurel, Rachel, Jenny, etc., calling all of their 3 and 4 friendships fake. Kind of funny.
Ironic, because every single friendship in that room is fake. Like, I don't understand that. And you know what? We actually had this conversation earlier, and I was like, you know, all these relationships are fake. Ryan Bananas, that's not a real friendship.
It's
Rachel
all
Bananas.
new.
Yeah, they're all new. They're all fake. And by fake, I mean like in their friendships that are being used for the game, right? They're not real friendships outside of the house or anything like that.
As of to the point of this filming.
Right, exactly. You know, and like Cara even pointed out, like Rachel has always hated Bananas and always worked against Bananas. So to see her teaming up with him and being one of his angels is a little odd, you know?
Yeah.
And then for them to all sit around and talk about how fake the other side of the house is, I was just like, this is weird. Like
Fake
the
like
only
a spray tan.
Yeah, the only real like outside of the house friendships in this group is Laurel Bananas and Jenny Bananas. At that point, you know what I mean? Like it just came off really like odd to me, like just kind of I don't know the term I'm looking for, but just like like they were just sitting around gossiping. There was no like substance to it. There was nothing real about it. Like them talking about the other side of the house being fake was totally fake. Like it was just, and it just, I was like, it just rubbed me wrong. I don't know, but it just did.
So you know what had substance to it, and it was my favorite part of this whole fucking intro, was Olivia and Theo laying in bed and Jordan farting into the fan. That was glorious. That was
Something you would do, and that's why it's glorious.
incoming message.
I just want to know how often stuff like this happens in that house, because I could only imagine like all of these like just goofy ass dudes and living in this house together. Like I am sure, and Nehemiah's there, and we've heard stories about Nehemiah and his farts and his fart humor. And so I'm like, stuff like this probably fucking happens all the goddamn time in that house.
Best one. All right, low key, I'm telling this for everyone. Ladies, you can get your husband, you can get your kids with this one.
Oh no.
But if you got a fart, hope it's a silent one, right? And it stinks. And then when someone comes by, you just be like, do you smell popcorn?
Yeah.
Because as soon as you say that, someone right away is going,
Take it all in.
take that in, whiff it. Just taste all of that.
Yeah. Did I tell you Caleb tried to pull that on me one day?
I pulled it on you once, and it was like early.
But that was early in our relationship. That was probably like the first time I'd ever heard that
But
bullshit.
then Caleb tried to hit you with it.
But Caleb tried to hit me with it like, I don't know, maybe like a year ago. It was shortly after you had taught it to him.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to hit me with it. I was like, I ain't stupid. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
My
Get out of
God.
I'll fuck you up. Get out of my way. He's like blocking the hallway. Do you smell popcorn? I'm like, you're also being super like obvious about it. Like,
See, when I was his age, it was all about the cup of cheese.
oh, he probably doesn't know about that.
I'm not teaching him that
Don't.
either because I don't want it done to me.
No, please don't teach him that.
Mm-mm.
But no, that was hilarious.
Oh, yeah. I did like the conversation that Michele and Jordan had about as far as like shooting at bananas. I just like the way Jordan played this whole episode. Like he's like, I'm going to encourage all of this, and then just it's appropriate because I'm wearing green, like the shrubbery that
I'll cover you in
Homer.
Homer.
Thinking about later. Homer like just sinks back into
you jackass.
You jackass.
Dumbass.
I mean, she didn't say no.
I don't know if I even want to know what that is. So let's just.
I think I told this story once,
oh
but
God,
my
no.
grandfather, he told me once when he met my grandma.
No.
She's from Holland. And she only spoke Dutch. And he goes, I said, so how'd you get Oma to marry you? And he goes, she only knew 2 words in English, yes and bicycle. I said, okay. Don't shoot the messenger. Anyways, oh my God, I'm dead.
No, that was really funny. And
no, it wasn't.
No, Jordan.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God.
I was like, no, it wasn't.
No, Jordan and his like Homer gif moment.
It was.
Jesus.
I love you guys.
But anyway, yeah, the conversation between Michele and Jordan, I found this one interesting because I feel like this, again, is just another pointer to how close Michele and Devin grew on this season, because earlier in the season and even last episode when Devin was here, Devin like laid it out and was like, look, anybody who's, friends with bananas or working with bananas isn't working with me, isn't on my side. And Michele was like, well, what do you expect us to do? Just wash our hands of him and just say, okay, we're done because you guys have a vendetta? And she was like fighting against Devin, against this having to pick sides thing. And there have been, times where she's made it very clear that her and Bananas are close friends.
Yeah.
So in this moment, for her to look at Jordan and say, yeah, no, he's got to fucking go. It told me a lot that she really took that shot against Devin personally. And I feel like this is one of those situations where friendships are actually being fractured by the game. I don't know how much, but I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, and I also feel that has a lot to do with what Banana said. Like, that's not exactly what I told Michele, when that's exactly what he said to her. And to make her come out like a liar to Devin, I think that's what did it too. And that was the final straw.
Yeah. And obviously, there's probably way more to this story than what we've seen in the edit. And, but based off the edit, that's exactly what Banana said to her. And even if it's like, even if we got shown some twisted, weird, chopped, cut up version of the conversation that just made it look like that's what Devin or what Bananas was saying, Michele knows the truth regardless. Yeah. Like, Michele and Bananas are the only ones that actually know what was said in that conversation. And for Michele to stick so hard to this idea that even if that's not what Bananas meant, that's how he made her feel, that that he was attacking her relationship with Devin personally. And as soon as she expressed that she felt that way, if they were actually friends, Banana should have had a real conversation with her about it. The way that this game is progressed and the social side of this game is progressed, it makes me feel like that conversation did not happen, which makes me believe Michelle's side of things. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just like, if you didn't say that, but you find out your friend got that impression, why would you not go and apologize and clear the air? You know what I mean? So it's just like,
well, here's my thing. Like, how do I want to put this without being a dick and ruining any chance we may have? Okay, so here's my thing is Bananas is a talker. He likes to talk. Yeah. You can tell that if you listen to him on the challenge. You listen to him when he did First Look, or his podcast. Like, he's a storyteller. That's who Bananas is, and that's fine. I've got great friends that are storytellers. They're great storytellers too. Mm-hmm. But you're not going to tell me that Bananas walked up to her at a bar and said, "Look, just make sure Devin doesn't turn you against me," and that's all he said. That's not Bananas.
There's no way.
That's not Bananas. That's not how he would deliver that message.
Especially in this situation. Like, if that was a concern, then, I don't know.
And I'm a Bananas fan.
Yeah, I know you are.
I like Bananas. I'm not mad that he said that to Michele.
No, he's playing the game.
I think it added a lot to the game. But, come on, bro. Come on.
But at least own it.
Yeah, own that shit. At least in deliberation.
Or
not confessionals. Yeah, at least own it there.
And that was the thing that pissed me off, is it's like, we literally saw at least a piece of this conversation, and then you got on confessional and pretended like it literally didn't happen to the viewer. Like, you don't have to lie to us, bro. We're not playing the game with you. Like, you can be real with us. Just like Jordan was and the thing is you don't even have to say it, right? You can be funny and, quirky and with these answers, just like Jordan was when he was asked whether or not he threw the daily challenge to Laurel when they had that little face-off thing. And he was like, oh, I didn't. And then he got the big O smile, and he denied it, but he got the big O smile. Like, you knew that he was saying, I threw that because I didn't want to deal with the power.
Yeah.
So, like, you can still be like fun and cute with this kind of shit and not be, not like treat the viewer like we're stupid, or Michele for that matter. Jeez.
You know what was kind of stupid, but it was also funny? Was the intro to the daily where Jenny fucking throws her little fucking Target band.
I fucking hate these Target bands. I hate them so much. Look, I'm with Jenny. Like, those things are dumb as shit. And I also want to say that they have new ones now that the game has gone individual, and they're worse. They're worse. Somehow worse than the purple ones that they had for the eras. And I'm also curious if you're still like representing your era and playing for your era. Why'd you change the target bands? You could have still just left them the same. Because then you're still literally on your arm representing your era. Like, I was like, that is the stupid. And I don't like the new ones. They're fucking ugly and they look weird. I don't like them at all.
I just wish they would full send. Like, either go for it or don't go for it. Like, why are they all wearing like all black in 120 degrees with 100% humidity? But we're still going to make them wear their fucking weird colored helmets. Like, what? At what point did that make sense?
Oh my God.
I'm like, well, what kind of balls are they? Because if they're just tennis balls, I wouldn't be worried about them landing on my head that hard.
You say that till you get hit by a tennis ball getting sprayed from
launched.
A trebuchet.
Yeah.
Trebuchet.
That's a fun word to say.
But did you like what Ryan had to say?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Fucking Ryan.
I'm good with balls and tubes.
Jesus.
Rick was like, Jesus, Ryan.
We're rewatching this at like 5:30. Our kids are just standing next to us. I'm like, fuck.
God damn it, Ryan.
They're already.
Caleb's like, what? Go do your homework or something.
It's like when I come home, like the once a year that Corrina binges Game of Thrones and she falls asleep like watching it and the kids are running around. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, there's literal in this show. Like, let's not watch this with the kids.
You can't say that word.
It's okay. I
will bleep it out.
There's
grape stuff in Game
There's
of Thrones.
a lot of sex.
There's a lot of grape juice
dicks and dragons.
Everywhere. Dicks and dragons everywhere.
Like, somebody asked me, like, what is Game of Thrones like? I was like, dude, it's like The Sopranos meets Lord of the Rings meets softcore.
Yeah.
And by that, I mean softcore corn.
Yeah. Soft corn.
Soft corn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Soft corn, where the corn doesn't go anywhere.
Really? Zach and Mary.
You don't see the corn. Anyway, let's move on.
So fucking stupid. The FCC won't let me be.
Let me be. Watch my corn.
Trying to shut me down on MTV. Anyway.
Speaking of MTV, the Daily on MTV was called Fire Away. They could have just called it like Daily Fire. That would have been dope too.
What's that song?
I have no fucking clue, but you should sing
Fire
it one more
Away.
Oh yeah, that's an old song. Yeah.
Isn't that? It is. It's something.
Hit me with your best shot.
No, I don't think that. Is that it?
That's it.
Is it?
Benatar.
Yeah.
Boom.
Why, like, a whole song about physical abuse? Like, that's a lot.
Oh my gosh, you're a dork.
Anyway, so
really quick.
Okay, let's go.
Sorry.
Let's get into this Pat Benatar song.
No, we're not getting into the Pat Benatar song. We're getting into the Daily, but I just wanted to point something out.
Fire away.
That I really like. You're an asshole. You're an asshole. Anyway, I really, really like that that TJ made it very clear up front that, you know, it's one male, one female winner from the Daily. You know, it's going to be either a guy or a girl day, depending on the coin toss, whatever. But I really like that he specified that if there is a stalemate between the male and the female, the opposite sex winner is the one who makes the final, like from the whoever's in the elimination is the one who makes the final decision. So it's like they know right out the gate that there's no like actual stalemate situation where they're going to be going down, and we know who the decision comes down to. So I actually really liked this.
Yeah, I mean, I did too, just based on the fact that it keeps us from a stalemate, and it really emphasizes the fact that it's not really about the relationships you have on the same sex side of the house. It's about, like, as a man, how are your relationships with the women and vice versa? And that bodes really well for what we see happen after this daily, because someone parlays that and figures it out real quick.
Yes.
So instead of picking sides, it's like, I don't need a side. I just need every other guy but you.
Yeah.
Basically.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I find that very interesting. Getting into the daily, we find out right off top it's going to be a coin flip to find out if it's going to be a girls or boys elimination day.
It's a boys' day.
Hey. It's raining men.
What did you guys think about the rule about the penalty for the opposite sex? Like whoever's the opposite sex of who's going into elimination will get a penalty if they come in last. What did you guys think about that?
I like it. It makes it where they're not fucking...
Agreed.
Nobody's going to fucking not really actually try.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Again, this to me, so far, this little part of the second half, which I know it's only been like one episode, but still, it's giving me major Rivals 2 vibes, right? Because same thing where it was the opposite sex voting for each other. So the women had to make friends with the men had to make friends with the women in order to stay, out of elimination and keep from being nominated. I can't remember in Rivals 2 if last place went in, but I do remember that when it was a girls' elimination day, Wes and CT refused to do the daily. And by that, I mean Wes refused to do the daily. And we got the saw thing from CT. And then, CT and Knight did the thing where they did it without the harnesses or anything. Hilarious. But Wes and CT had a penalty at the next daily when it was a male's elimination day. Yep. So again, it's just giving me a lot of these Rivals 2 vibes, and that's my favorite season. So I am all in. I'm loving this so far.
I agree. I like the fact when they're not only are they, giving you bonuses for winning, you get power, but they're penalizing you for losing, even if it's not an elimination. And I really do like that.
Yeah.
I like how in this one, nobody really thought like, hey, this is getting launched out of a fucking catapult and there's a bunch of little balls. Maybe they're going to roll really far.
Yeah.
Like I would have stood like halfway between myself and that like little pit that you had to climb over to drop your balls into the tube.
Yep.
Yeah.
And just waited for those first couple ones to roll to me and saved myself a whole bunch of fucking time.
Yeah.
But
Possible.
Everybody wanted to get up close and be in the front row and never played 500 before. You always stay in the back so you can ball hawk.
Yes.
Anyways, they got pelted. Balls all up in the face.
All up in the face.
In and around their mouth. Slow motion Josh.
Oh my God. Dude, so many people put their balls in the wrong tube. God, this is gonna be a really fun daily to recap with these fucking
Ryan,
boys.
who said he was ready to go on this, put his balls in the wrong hole.
He put his
He just wanted his balls everywhere.
Both of them.
He put both his balls in Laurel's hole. Laurel of all people, like imagine that. Okay,
she was so surprised. You fucked up.
You fucked up, she said, and he goes, okay. Like he knew it, and of all people for him to end up like accidentally helping in the game, it's literally the person he hates the most. I'm like, that's fucked up. And then Bananas turns around and does it to Jordan, who's his biggest competition easily. I was like, bro.
And then Derek did it to Nehemiah.
Michelle did it to somebody, but we don't even know who.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just really didn't have Bananas putting his balls into Jordan's hole on my bingo card.
Me either. He goes to TJ, can I get him back?
Can I get him back?
TJ was like, no.
No, once you inserted your balls into my tube, they're mine.
They're mine now, bro.
Yeah. They're not your balls, they're my balls.
But here was my thing that actually like made me really giggle is that after Bananas does that, I'm so done with you. I'm moving on.
This whole thing makes me giggle. I'm sorry.
But no. So giggle in a different way. But after Bananas does his thing where he fucking drops his in Jordan's tube.
Put his ball in Jordan's holes?
Yeah, he's running back to go get more balls and Jordan is approaching, right? And he tells Jordan, bro, I put my balls in your... and Jordan's like, oh, okay. Like, what did Bananas expect? That Jordan would be like, all right, let me put these two in yours. Like,
yeah.
no way would he ever fucking do that. And it made me wonder if that's what Bananas was like kind of secretly hoping would happen. If he let Jordan know, like, hey, bro, I accidentally did this, that Jordan would be like, all right, let's make it fair and I'll put these in yours. But it's like, Jordan's like, sorry about your luck, bro.
Jordan doesn't swing that way. He does. You fucked up. You fucked up.
Yeah.
He's not putting his balls in your hole.
Yeah. It just made me feel that way, though. Like, I was just like, I don't know if that was his intention with telling Jordan, but it just like kind of felt that way. And I was just like, no, Bananas. No, honey. That's no.
Look, the one thing I really did like about this daily, other than the description of how we just broke it all down, is you got to see who is ready for a final in hot weather like this. Because there were some people that were not ready for this situation.
I will say it was not the people that I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought, honestly, I will be 100% honest with you. I really thought for the girls, it was going to be like Jenny, Cara, Rachel up front. Tori, too. Like, I figured those would be like the top four somewhere in there. But, and then for the guys, like, I was expecting Theo to do really good at this.
Right, because we've seen Theo run in the desert before.
Yeah, you know, and he's a isn't that like what he used to do? Like,
and maybe the guys that aren't targets aren't really trying to push it too much. They realize, hey, as long as I don't get last, I don't have to overexert myself in this situation. Why do it if I don't need to? Yeah,
and that's true, and that's a good point too. And really quick, since you brought that up, I just want to point something out that took me until my third rewatch to realize. Is that with this format change, now you can end up in elimination even if you're not a target. Even if you just have to come in last place. Because the way TJ said it, at first I took it like the last place of the targets would be the one that would go into elimination. But that's not, I don't think that's what it is. I think TJ meant literal last place. So you could end up in elimination even if you're not a target. And I like that because that was one of the things I wasn't super thrilled about in the first half of the game was that the same people, even though you couldn't be picked back to back, the same people were just being targeted and there were people that were escaping elimination altogether. And I was like, if this is the case for the whole season, like because I like seeing everybody go in and have to fight in elimination. So I really like that this sets it up to where like, even if you're not a target, you could still end up down in there.
I do like that it gives us some variation other than just the target. Yeah. And I think it's going to play well later in the season. I do want to mention this. There were some people that killed it on this running portion. They didn't really do great on the puzzle, but they killed it in the running portion like Ryan. Fucking smoked it. Yeah, he was like third up there, third or fourth. The most heartbreaking thing, though, to watch what happened with him not figuring out that the puzzle pieces were all upside down. And like Aviv said it, what luck must there be that you didn't drop one of those pieces? They didn't accidentally flip. It didn't flip. When you were grabbing it, you didn't notice one piece had white on the tip or the edge. You know, it's just, it was heartbreaking to watch. And it's one of those situations where you're like, well, when it's your time to go down, it's your time to go down. There ain't really anything you can do about that shit. Yeah. And especially because he got the puzzle together. It was just upside down. He would have been second or third for sure. Yeah, he would have been at least third because I know Jordan came in first and Kylan was like right behind him. So Kylan got second. So yeah, like Ryan would have ended up like third or fourth. And then if Derek would have, you know what I mean? Then you have a situation where maybe like Theo comes in last. Then you send Bananas in. Boom. Yeah. You have a higher chance of getting rid of Bananas immediately, you know? Look, I'm going to say craziness. I'm going to glaze a little bit here. I think Tori put the girls on notice. Yeah, she did. She fucking smoked the running portion, then smoked the puzzle. And even Cara was like, damn, Tori. Yeah. You know, and that's praise coming from Cara. You know what I mean? And I think she kind of put the house on notice, like, look, I'm one of the top women here. When it comes down to individual. And that's a showstopper for the guys because the guys are all looking at like, who do I want to take with me to a final? Who would I maybe want to run this final with? Because it's a guy-girl winner. So more than likely it's going to be a partner final, you know?
I'll take the most recent female champ.
And won it with not a goat. won it with Devin, and not to shit on Devin.
No, because he killed that final too. Devin kicked ass.
But it's not like she won it with CT or she won it with Bananas.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they just work well together. But we've gotten into that. But Tori's a beast, and I don't give a fuck what no one says. And in my honest opinion, if she happens to win one more at some point in her challenge career, you can make a very serious argument for her being on the Mount Rushmore of women. And
she said, like, she didn't say that, but like she had a confessional where she said it was, I can't remember if it was before the daily or right after the daily, but she had mentioned, she was like, I just want to prove like to myself that I have what it takes to compete with these women that are on the challenge Mount Rushmore. Like, this little girl, this little new champ is, hanging in there with the best of the best. And I'm like, girl, you're fucking close to being on that damn list yourself. Okay. Like you're on that little mountain underneath the Mount Rushmore. Okay. You're on that little hill right there. You're just working your way up. All right. You're going to get there.
Like the perfect challenge.
You've got it, Tori.
The perfect challenge analogy is you're Devin on Free Agents. You're halfway up that fucking mountain. You just got to get to the rest.
Yeah.
You just got to get to the top.
Yeah.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
Just keep pushing.
I think she will.
You know what? And speaking of pushing, Michele looks like she pushed herself a little bit too fucking hard.
First of all, her losing a puzzle, though, I was heartbroken for her because I was like, bruh, like, no way. Like, what are the odds, right? To lose.
Right, because she had a chance to finish before, Naya, Olivia, and someone else, right?
She was right there with Aviv,
She was right there. But the thing is that we didn't see it happen. We just saw the after effects. Is that Michele was one of the people who had put 2 of her balls in somebody else's tube, and we didn't see whose it went into. We just saw her approaching her tube thinking it was her last run, and she dropped the 2 in there and she goes, oh, I must have fucked up somewhere. Yeah. And then she goes running to grab her last 2. So if that would have been her last and she didn't drop those balls, like it could have been a whole different outcome again, so it sucks. And then we get the whole, she goes into heat stroke. Ugh.
Look, right here, they should have had a CT pro tip pop up where he goes, CT pro tip. When you run in this type of temperature, take off your fucking helmet when you're doing your puzzle because that retains about like 60% of the heat trying to exit your body. No. Take off the fucking plastic helmet.
Yeah.
Okay. Get that breeze on your head. You'll cool off a little bit faster. I know none of you guys are listening to us, but just pro tip. CT would say that. I'm sure he would. He'd probably throw in a at the end. So anyways, Michele goes into heat stroke, is laying on the ground, trying to cool her off. They get her into the ambulance, get her with I don't know if they were cans of Truly or
it was water,
but she just had chill cans. Who carries cans of water in their cooler everywhere? Those fuckers were frosty. Did somebody run to the corner store or something real quick? I just inquiring minds.
I am sure that they have water on set in a place with temperatures and humidity.
In cans? I don't know.
Yeah, I feel
like some tall boys after the daily.
It said aqua.
One of those looked like a Mickey's. I'm gonna be real.
You guys are freaking fools. Okay.
Surprised they weren't 40 ounces of Colt 45.
All right. I have a very serious question.
All right.
Are you ready to be serious?
I'm super cereal.
Okay, super cereal.
Super cereal.
Super Saiyan cereal. Oh my god.
Oh, we fucked up.
Okay. Okay, so after
Is it about balls and tubes?
No.
Okay.
After Michele gets taken into the ambulance, we get the clip of her sitting there talking to Olivia, and she's like, oh, I'm never going to be one of those girls. I've never played sports. I'm not competitive. I just want to have fun and do the social game and whatever, right? So my question for you guys is, was this a moment of weakness, or is Michele not fit for the challenge?
Moment of weakness. It's the heat stroke talking. She is absolutely one of the people that does belong there. She is, she's the dark horse. I could take her winning a final sometime soon. She has the ability. She's very smart, and, she's got the friends.
Clearly, you're looking. What was that for?
You don't have to be the biggest or strongest or the most athletic person to win the challenge. Let's look at the list of women challengers over the last 10 years who are on the Mount Rushmore. There is Cara.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Let's look at the other ones who are not the most athletic. Ashley Mitchell has won 2.
Mm-hmm.
Amber B.
That's a good one. Yep.
Ninja. Or not Ninja, I'm sorry, D.
Yeah.
I get those two confused, but D.
Fine.
Fair enough.
Who would have probably won it if they wouldn't have got lost? Natalie and fucking Polly on Final Reckoning.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Cara wins Vendettas. Dirty 30, thou who shall never be named one. Not the strongest female out there.
Most athletic, yeah.
Most athletic. She has had good endurance.
Yeah.
And she didn't ever she quit.
And who was right there with her? Cara and Tori.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing is like, and first of all, I agree with you guys. I think Michele is very much made for the challenge. I love watching her on it. I like watching her compete, and I really like watching her play the social game. And I like watching her have fun. And I agree. I don't think that you have to be the biggest, strongest, baddest, and a lot of the times, like the things that she was saying where she was like, oh, I didn't play sports when I was growing up and stuff. A lot of the times, like sports don't translate into the challenge. And the things that maybe you could work on that would make you like help you perform a little bit better in the challenge are things that you can easily remedy. Things like, endurance, like, and even like being a little bit stronger. You just got to spend a little bit of time in the gym, and it's like, even look at Tori on Dirty 30 when she started to now what she looks like on season 40. And all of that is because she decided that she wanted to, have that muscle and all of that. And she's put the work and the time in. So it's like,
no different than Cara.
Exactly. Same with Cara. Cara was small and skinny and not super athletic when she first started. Shit, Laurel used to literally demean her on Cutthroat because she wasn't athletic enough for Laurel's like satisfaction or whatever, so.
Oh, I just thought of a goat that doesn't fit that description. Sarah Rice.
Sarah Rice. Yes, exactly. So
Evelyn.
Yep. Evelyn was just a different kind of person.
She was a different kind of person, but like if you put Evelyn and Emily Schramm in a final against each other, most people would pick Emily Schramm, but Evelyn showed that she can beat Cara, Laurel, Emily, all of those.
Yeah, no, I agree.
That's why I'm just throwing that out there. But look, Michele belongs in this game. And it's not even because of her athletic ability. Like everybody on this cast brings something to the challenge. Now, some people bring the full package and we've seen them do it the whole time. And Bananas is one of those people. He'll give you everything you want as far as what you watch the challenge for. He'll give you the drama. He'll give you the athletic ability, the ability to do stupid shit really well.
Social, yeah.
Social, all of that. Look, Michele reads this game second to none. Like the way she can read the game and understand what's going on. And this is only like her 4th or 5th season, but she's been reading the game like this since her 2nd season.
Yeah.
Like her social game and her understanding of the gameplay is really, really good. And I love watching her on here, even when she's on the side I'm not necessarily rooting for.
Right. Agreed. I agree.
You know what I mean?
100%. 100%.
But I am rooting for the ladies of leisure. Little LOL.
God. I love it. I love it. And I loved how Olivia was like, I don't know how strong or powerful this alliance is, but like, we're here. I was like, yes, I love this. It totally reminded me of the Lavender Ladies, but I actually like really like all of the people in this Ladies of Leisure.
You only don't really like one person in the Lavender
I know,
Ladies.
But she ruins the whole thing.
All right.
it's like tainted water. Okay. It's just.
It's Amanda. Everyone else kosher.
Look, I wrote this next note down simply and strictly for you because I don't think it will register with literally anyone else on our team, and especially not Josh. But for anyone out there,
she called you dumb, bro.
No, I didn't mean that. It's because
I'm looking at the notes trying to figure out which one it is.
It's because you don't watch Big Brother. That's all.
Yeah,
that's all I meant.
Cool.
But for anyone out there who does watch Big Brother, or at least used to watch Big Brother back in the day, you guys will know who Dr. Will is. And we actually were just talking about this a couple weeks ago with Katie. And there was it was the All-Star season, right? Where Dr. Will showed up.
Season 7
of Big Brother. And Dr. Will pretty much told everybody, was like, I fucking dare you. Like, please, you all should totally vote me in. I'm the best here. Do it. I dare you. And
he didn't even dare him. He said, you guys should put me in. If you don't, you're stupid.
Yeah. But I'm
the best player here kind of thing.
In his diary room, like confessionals and stuff, though, he was like, dude, like, they're not going to do it. Like, they're going to fucking pussy out and they're not going to do it because I'm daring them to, pretty much. So it had very much the same similar vibes. Yeah. And we were just talking to Katie like a couple weeks ago about how if she ever watched Big Brother, she would really like Dr. Will, because Dr. Will and Bananas have very similar personalities in the game. And then this fucking happened. And I was like, this just further proves my point that Bananas is the Dr. Will of the challenge and vice versa. Dr. Will obviously came long before Bananas. But I'm pretty sure, right? Because Bananas came in season 13. That was like 2000. Like
Dr. Will was like season 3.
Yeah.
2 or 3. Yeah,
Dr. Will came before Bananas, but just very similar vibes to how they approach, in this situation. And it was just, I don't know. It just totally took me back to that moment, because season 40 is almost like an all-star season of the challenge. And so it was just, and especially in this later half, because the cast left right now is fucking phenomenal. Like, there have been people we've lost that I've been sad about, but like the people who are left so far, I'm like, this is going to make for a really great second half of the season.
Oh, yeah. So next we get into the actual nominations. And did you guys catch Bananas shoving Tori as he walked in?
I didn't like this. Look, I get it. Maybe he meant it as like a nice, friendly little, he went like this to her as he walked in. I was just showing Josh what he did.
I know, but
it's just so.
I feel offended for Tori.
Yeah,
now.
Exactly. Me too. Like, it's just such a disrespectful thing to do, whether you're friends or not. Like, that's like, elementary playground bullshit. Like, let's just not, even in a friendly way, let's just not do that shit to people. Okay.
Yeah.
We're fucking grown.
All right. So I want to get through these first 2 parts because I think these 2 are the quickest and we expected it to happen, which is one, Ryan basically says, look, all respect to you, Bananas, but I don't want to go against my best friend. We've had multiple conversations on this. I would much rather go against you, which respect him for saying that to the GOAT. Because even though Bananas doesn't have the best elimination record, it's still better than some.
Yeah.
Secondly, I respect Derek for his conversation with Tori and Jordan. Said, look, I haven't talked game with you guys all season, and it would be weird for me to talk to you guys about it now when I'm in a place of trying to get you not to vote for me. So
I love that.
And it's a smart way to play it. Then we get into Bananas and his look. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit, but the fact that he goes, I think a lot of people come in here on the, I hope I don't go into elimination. I hope. I come in here with the, I wish a motherfucker would. Look, it is line for line. He took that from Cedric The Entertainer, and it just irks me to my core.
Let's not do that.
Yeah, it's the I hope creed, and I hope and I wish creed.
It's just tacky. It's just tacky, especially in a situation like that. Like, if he was like in a confessional serving it to us as like a joke, that would be funny. But you're sitting in a very serious situation and you're using it to like stir the pot and almost kind of like make a threat at the same time. It was corny as fuck.
And especially the way it was worked into this conversation where he tried to start it off by saying he didn't draw the line in the sand. Yeah. Like, motherfucker, you drew the line in the sand.
Like, what? At least from literally everybody's perspective but yours. And that's the thing, because I've had people ask me about this, is like, well, how do you know? You know, because blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, only the people that were there actually know, right? But everybody else that was there has a different perception than Bananas. Bananas is the only one that has the perception that he has. So then it's like, so everybody else is wrong. It's the whole world, right? And you're Mr. Perfect, just flying by on your ship of right. That's Dane Cook, by the way. crediting my sources.
Well,
you know, like, and what does he say? We're all down here in the sea of wrong while you just fly by on your ship of right. Yeah. Hilarious. That's how I felt in this situation. It was like, no, bro, that's not how it works.
And to me, it's the fact that it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Oh, yeah. I mean, I just talked to Michele and said, don't let Devin turn you against me. And then he's like, and then look what happened. Well, you went to fucking Michele knowing that this conversation was going to get back to Devin. And of course this was going to happen. Right. That'd be like someone going up to Corrina and like, you shouldn't trust that Ricky guy. Like, of course she's going to come tell me.
Duh.
What the fuck do you think's going to happen, bro? And that's what bothers me about this. Exactly like when he's sitting there trying to tell Tori, Devin used you and made you turn against me and you're playing his game. And Tori fires back and tells Banana, you're dictating your own opinion of yourself to me.
And
like,
it's so fucking true. Like,
let that sink in.
Really think about that. Like, really think about that for a second, Bananas. And it was exactly what he was doing in that moment, you know? So I was super happy that Tori called him out on that shit. And honestly, I just have to say it's a big breath of fresh air, because I feel like Bananas is one of those people that is like obviously intimidating in the game, and he can be intimidating to the women in the game as well because of how much power he has in the house. So it can be super intimidating to go against him, put him in the elimination, etc. And I love when we get these one-off women on the show who aren't afraid to be like, no, fuck that and fuck you and fuck all this shit because I'm going to blow it up. You know, and we've had people like that, you know, like Ashley Mitchell, you know, and even going all the way back to like Rachel and stuff like that. But I like that we have a new age player that isn't afraid to stand up to Bananas and say, no, that's not cool. And I'm not going to let it fly regardless of our friendship.
100%.
You know, so I loved it. I loved the way Tori called him out in this moment and stood her ground.
It's just, I mean, look, it's something we've been looking for. Like, really, if you go all the way back to like Total Madness, nobody was trying to take a shot. Double Agents, nobody's really trying to take a shot. Nobody wants to do anything. That's how CT made a final. Same thing with Spies Lies. Nobody wants to take a shot. That's how Jordan, fucking Bananas, and Tori all made the final in fucking
Ride or Dies.
Nobody wanted to take a shot. You know, we finally got people taking shots in 39. But now we got somebody taking a shot at a go and doing it very publicly in front of everybody. Yeah. And it's going to change up the gameplay.
With a solid plan to back it up.
And we'll get into that more.
That's my girl. That's my fucking girl.
Speaking of plan, though, Jordan's plan.
Oh, my God.
I can't control her, man. She just... Who can? I can't control her. Who can?
No, that's not going to work on Bananas, Jordan. Like, come on, bro.
Jordan reads Bananas like a fucking book.
Jordan's got the easy out, though.
He does.
So no matter what I say, it's going to fall on to Tori and who Tori picks. So
yeah, but Bananas is petty. Like, and we saw it. You know, we end up seeing it a little later. But he's not going to accept that.
I'm just going to counter that with what can Bananas do? He can't nominate Jordan.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that later when we get into that conversation.
I'm just saying. Okay, well, we got to take a break. We'll be right back. So after nomination, obviously we go into kind of like the post-nom club scene. Cara says Tori's taken over my position since I've been gone.
What is she talking about?
But then she follows up with the whole, like, you know, as far as like going after Bananas and being Bananas' main target. And it's like,
it was just a really like,
it's not the best way to word it, but I get what she was getting to.
I wasn't feeling that
since you've been gone.
It's because you, like, don't get me wrong, like, I love Tori as well, but when you
I don't love Tori too much.
When you ride for someone. And like you ride for Tori, and I respect that. But like
that confessional.
But like Cara wasn't even saying nothing bad. She was like she took my spot as Bananas hating her.
It felt like more, okay? Considering their past and the things she said about Tori on social media and stuff, it just felt like more.
I mean, it might have been, but
you know what I mean? It felt like a little pop shot, and I was just like, that was unnecessary, okay? It probably is just me that felt that way, but
no, fuck that. Like, talk your shit.
Fuck that confessional.
Tell them how you really feel.
It's like how Tori's writing for Devin, you're writing for Tori. We get it.
Exactly. I ride for Tori the way she writes for Devin, okay? Like...
Corrina even knows her handshake.
I do. We learned it. I made Rick learn it with me.
I forgot it already. Yeah, I remember that part.
Of course you do. No, it's not that.
Yeah, I'll send you one.
Yeah, later. You remember that.
Yeah, dude, because that handshake's dope.
Mm-hmm.
That one was dope.
All right, moving on.
All your ideas are stupid.
Stupid.
So, of course, welcome back, club scene. Fuck, it's about time.
We had one last week. What are you talking about?
No. Did we?
Did we? Yeah.
No,
we did.
I'm pretty sure we didn't.
I'm pretty sure we did. Because that's where everybody talked to Rachel. Literally everybody talked to Rachel.
Maybe it was
club.
the week before. No.
We had one that week too.
I don't know. There was a week where
there was 1 week we didn't have a club scene, and he's like, "They're gone forever."
Return of the back.
Oh, we haven't had one since season 36. What are you talking about?
He's like, "It's been forever."
It's been 84 years.
Yeah.
I still kind of hope low-key they bring back taking him to like a public bar though. Just like taking him to some random dive bar in Vietnam. Can you imagine how fucking great that would be?
I know, right?
Oh, fuck. Bananas would get punched again.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I remember that. Do you guys remember that? I know you remember that.
Yeah, of course we do. Yeah,
but like you guys listening, do you guys remember that? Oh my God.
You got fucking rocked.
Bananas got fucked up. That was hilarious.
Oh shit.
Man.
Anyways, but I do like how we finally see a big part of Naya's social game right here.
We do. And I also just want to say I find little moments like this kind of funny because we get the conversation with Naya and Ryan where Naya's like, look, we got to kind of push our girl towards, she doesn't say it, but we know she's talking about towards Bananas. Mm-hmm. And Ryan, is obviously in and he's feeling all confident and stuff. But like, I don't know if it was exactly at the same time, but at least the same night while they were at the club. So within a couple of hours of each other, Tori is already over talking to Derek and pretty much telling Derek, like, look, I don't want to do to you what happened to me last week. So I just need to know that if I put Bananas in and I don't put you against Ryan, that like we're cool and that you can protect me the next time you have like power to make a target or whatever. Like you're not going to put that shit on me.
Yeah.
And, and so it was just like kind of funny because it was like Naya's over here, Naya and Ryan are over here and they're like, we got to convince her to do this, but she's already doing this anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it was kind of funny, but I did enjoy watching Naya and Ryan kind of talk about, how they were going to approach Tori with this and kind of try to push her towards putting in Bananas.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is a preview of what Tori's planning on doing with this power, which is sit there and have a conversation with the guys who control her fate and make it where only one guy dislikes her and not however many are left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, and I think the big thing with this is that, and we obviously see this kind of spelled out a little bit better a little later in the episode, but this is a big win for every single guy in the house. Mm-hmm. So if they can get Tori to take the shot and piss Bananas off herself, then, and take that risk with Bananas to have that banana target on you, then that's a good thing for them. Because if he goes home, that's great. If he doesn't, all of his energy and attention is going to be focused in on Tori. And that's great too for them. You know what I mean? So I think that was like really, really smart of Tori to do.
It was extremely smart. I do like that we get the little preview of, I mean, I forget what Cara said, but it's Johnny's Angels. I know Cara made a joke about it.
She said like Rachel, the CEO, and then Johnny and his girls or something like that.
I think that's more representative of what it really is.
Oh, I think so too. It was just so funny because Cara was like, oh, you know, Rachel's not an angel or whatever. But literally like 5 seconds before that confessional, Rachel walked over and she was like, oh, is this a meeting for the angels? Or like she named herself one of them herself, you know, and then Cara was like, well, and I just thought it was just a funny pair up, like the way that they paired that confessional with right after what Rachel said when she walked up and sat down. I was like, I think she's fine with it, but.
All right. I want your guys' opinion on this because I've got like a hypothesis.
Uh-oh.
We talked earlier about how the friendships in this alliance that Johnny has going outside of him and Laurel and him and Jenny aren't that solidified. They're not actual real friendships. They're more so game ships right now, especially him and Rachel.
And Aviv.
Right.
Nehemiah.
So we see this scene where Rachel's playing, is this an angels meeting and all that? And then literally one of the next scenes is her sitting there talking with Tori saying, look, this can be beneficial for both of us. Like, I want to play with you now that Devin's out of this game. I just didn't want to play the game with Devin, which Tori seems to understand, you know what I mean? Like Devin can rub people the wrong way. If you're not a fan of him, you're just not a fan of him. He's pretty polarizing that way. But really her overall goal is to make an alliance with Jordan.
Right.
And I think that's super fucking smart. Like Rachel's playing this game incredibly smart, and her experience is showing that she knows this friendship and alliance of Johnny's Angels is about as solid as a fucking boat with 15 holes in it. Exactly. You know what I mean? Exactly.
Yeah. And I love that Rachel is aware of that. And I don't even want to say maybe. Like, I'm pretty sure Rachel is aware of that, especially after the conversation with Tori and then the conversation that she goes and has with Jordan.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that Rachel is playing a really, really good game so far, and it's really interesting to see that because she's been gone for so long, and yet she's just like picked up like she was never gone.
And look, it's a smart move on all sides. Like Jordan picks up another really strong female to work with in a final if it's a random pairing. Now if it's 4 and 4 in the final and you've got to work with a woman, you've got a 50% chance that you're working with somebody that you have a good relationship, a working relationship to both succeed.
Right.
With Rachel and Tori, if they happen to make it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's really smart on Jordan's part. And for Rachel, the same thing. She's getting one of the goats that's on her team now.
Well, technically, she's got both goats, both male goats on her side right now. Like she's playing a phenomenal game.
And as we're talking about this, it's what we've been kind of alluding to is with Tori and the type of game that she's playing with this power. And Jordan even comments on it because she fucking holds a little house meeting with all the era 4 and 3 guys.
Yeah.
And basically says, hey, this is what the move I'm going to make is. How do you guys feel about this? Do you want me to do this? Will you have my back if I do this?
Yep.
And that's what we were talking about. She's getting every other guy, including Derek. So there's literally the only one she doesn't have in there, I think, is Nehemiah. And I don't even know if Nehemiah was in there. I just didn't see him in there.
Right. I don't know with Nehemiah, but I do know that Corey was in there, and Corey and Nehemiah are like, connected. So I'm sure like even if Nehemiah wasn't in the meeting, he definitely got wind of it from Corey.
So she's stacking the odds of saying, look, Bananas, I'm willing to bet you're going to win some dailies, but you're not going to win them all. And if I have every other guy in this race, odds of me getting nominated are slim to none.
Right.
And he's, as much as he thinks he's going to put Tori in check here if he comes back, she's setting up a longer game than he is.
Right.
And I wouldn't be surprised if this is something that Rachel was talking about and alluded to after their conversation, where she's like, Tori's really got the game in her hand right now.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? She can make a big decision, which she does.
Right.
So I really like that.
Yeah.
Scene.
No, I loved it. I loved this whole second part of the episode was phenomenal in my opinion. Like just watching the gameplay, this is what I've been waiting for. right? I want to watch them play the game. I don't want, like I loved it. And it was such a good use of power. I didn't feel like this power was wasted or anything in any way, shape, or form, because even though what happens in the elimination happens, look at how many people Tori now has on her side just for taking the shot.
How many people were yelling for telling Bananas what to do in that elimination?
Yeah.
I think that tells you everything.
Yeah.
He literally had Laurel, Jenny, Aviv. That was it.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I mean? And
well,
I think,
and that's what's really interesting, because right after Tori has the conversation with all the Air 3 and Air 4, all the guys, we get the scene of Tori and Jordan going to tell Bananas that it's him, and he's like hiding in the closet or whatever.
Just classic. And that's why I love Bananas. It's classic Bananas right there.
Exactly. But however, here really quick before we break into what I was going to say, I just want to say this really quick. I will give Bananas this, is that it was slightly a good point when he told Tori, he was like, if this is about like having your friends back, when Devin started talking about coming after me, trying to, like ruin my game. If we're friends, why didn't you stand up for me to him? And I get the difference of the friendship between Tori and Devin and Tori and Bananas. Like Devin is her ride or fucking die. So I get that she's obviously going to go harder for someone like Devin. But I was like, you know what? That's actually kind of a little bit of a fair point, Bananas. I'll give you that one. Okay?
He was valid. It was
valid. It was a valid point.
He did his homework.
But what I wanted to say earlier is that in this moment, him and Tori have their back and forth, and he's like, "Buckle up, young lady," and I was like, "Oh Jesus, criminy Bananas!
Come on, sport,
let's go, champ,
tiger."
But he tells Jordan, he's like, this sits on you too. And this is kind of what I was alluding to earlier, is that Bananas, like Jordan said in his confessional, he doesn't necessarily play this like maturely. And so, he's like, this is going to fall on you too, no matter what happens, et cetera, et cetera. And he says, you have to pick a side, and you're eventually going to have to pick whether you want to stick with her and ride with her to the end, or whether you want the other girls, like Laurel and Rachel and Aviv and all them. And I was sitting there thinking, Jordan's probably just laughing in his head, because he's in with Laurel, he's in with Rachel, and Bananas has no fucking clue. Like the only ones over there that Jordan's not super in with is Jenny and Aviv. That's it.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that Jenny and Aviv don't want to make a deal with Jordan?
That they wouldn't make a deal with Jordan?
Come on now. Come on.
No.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
So I was like, okay. And I liked how Jordan was like, you know what? I'm going to let him peacock. He said, I just got to let him peacock for a little bit. And then we'll be strumming the guitar under the moon later tonight, or whatever he said. And I was like, okay, like he knows that Bananas just needs to fucking just.
It's Hurricane Bananas. Yeah. It's a tropical storm banana.
Tropical storm. I like that. I like that one. Yeah.
He's got to get his downpour out, and then he's good to go. And he's going to be petty. He's going to turn into like a low system that just sits over the region and downpours. But you just got to outlast it. You got to be able to get through the flood, and you're going to be all right. Anyways,
really quick, I did want to just add in really quick, because I forgot to say it when we were talking about the meeting, but I found it so funny that Josh was like all in on this like plan to get rid of Bananas, but when he was in power, he was like, nope, not gonna happen. Like he wants the move made, but he's not willing to do it himself.
No, absolutely
and
not.
I was just like, okay, I see you, Josh. I see what you're doing. I can't blame him though. Like, it's less dangerous.
Yeah, but he jeopardized an already longer friendship.
Oh yeah,
over a newer friendship with Bananas. So
I agree.
And here's my thing is, Josh has had to get blood on his hands, and he doesn't want to do it. That's really what it boils down to. He of course, it's a win for every guy. And that's why every guy's on board with Tori, because who wants Bananas in there for a final?
Nobody.
No.
Nobody.
Look,
but nobody wants to take the shot either. And that's like what it's a smart move for Josh. It's a smart move for all of them.
Yeah.
To sit back and just pretend like you don't have anything to do with it. It's on her. Yeah, it's like what Jordan said. It's on her. I can't make her choose. I can't control her.
Look, the longer Jordan sits in the game, or the longer Banana sits in the game, the stronger he gets.
I'm sorry, but the first thing that you said is also true.
Yeah,
like
they both are. But
corporate wants to know the difference between these two pictures. They're the fucking same, okay? Like goats. They're both pictures of goats. I don't know.
The way they have this set up, though, is if it was 12 years ago, 15 years ago, and we're talking X's 2-time, the girls would be voting for Bananas because he was in his prime, and that's when he was really winning them.
Mm-hmm.
The fact is, Jordan's in his prime right now. He's like coming off a really good hot streak of like War of the Worlds 2, Total Madness, lost. All-Stars 3 lost.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ride or Dies made it to the final with Anissa and probably would have really competed if it wasn't for Anissa blowing her ACL and MCL.
Well, on her ankle in the beginning of the whole final.
But he pushed her and she, and it worked for her. And then goes on to World Championship with Kaz, who, I mean, don't get me wrong, a newbie. Nobody really knows.
A literal, 5-episode season?
And then beats fucking Tori and Danny, former NFL player.
Mm-hmm.
And then Troy and Casey, who are no slouches themselves.
Yeah.
And it's like, who wouldn't want to be partnered with this guy? Why don't I want to keep him in the game right now? Because he's a bigger target than I'll ever be.
Yep. Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
So
no, I agree.
I really was thrown off by the title of this because I was expecting something else.
Killer quads.
It's fucking Halloween time, bitches. Spooky season.
What would you have named it?
Stupid as shit. Make the title match the elimination.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I honestly,
challenge cart. I don't know.
I have no words for this elimination. I'm just going to be honest. Like, I don't even know what to say about this.
What kind of Mickey Mouse quad did they have that you ran up on a small piece of fucking hay and it just stalls out?
Yeah. Like, what were these things? Like, I'm going to tell a story really quick. So on Wednesday night when the episode was airing, right after like all the, we got to them
telling Bananas that he was going in.
And all of a sudden like the channel cut out and we couldn't get it to turn on for the whole rest of the episode. So like we didn't see the whole end of the episode. We didn't see the elimination. We obviously knew what had happened as far as who went home. But we didn't like know what the elimination was or anything. So then Thursday morning, I'm texting with the girls in our group chat and I'm like, blah, blah, blah. Like, we know who went home, but like, how was the elimination? Like, what was it? And Alexis goes, it was funny. Like, and it looked like it probably would have been fun to do. But it was definitely like $100 elimination. And I was like, oh God, what's it going to be? And then I saw it and I was like, bro, she was not fucking kidding. Like this literally looked like $100 elimination max is what they put into this shit. Like whose idea was this?
Look, I'm going to give Bananas a lot of props right now because he made the only reference he could with the Mario Kart and throwing a banana down there. Like he really worked for that one.
Yeah. And he said he felt like Princess Peach. So I appreciated that. That was awesome, but it was I just like what?
So basically they have to race around a small little oval on mini quads and they have a little flyer sticking off the back. And by flyer, I mean like a little piece of ribbon and they have to grab the other person's ribbon. First one to do it 2 times wins. Look, I don't know how to really break this down. Bananas thought he was going to try to apex the turn with going in late and then late and wide and then cutting it in to try to gain speed. I probably would have listened to whatever Jordan said at that situation to whoever.
Yeah.
And done whatever he said. But you're on a mini quad on a dirt course and there's ruts starting to happen and that's going to fucking jostle you around.
Yeah.
And we see it with Ryan, he fucking
He was so close to getting bananas on that second round. He was so close.
Second one, he was so
and
close.
he fucking sank his tire and lost him. I was so sad for Ryan. Like, that was when I knew it was over.
What happened on that second stall though? Because he didn't hit anything. It looked like the bike just went out of gear or something.
No, he literally got stuck. Did you see how deep that rut was?
Is that what it was? And it just popped it?
Yeah, he just literally got stuck and it was spinning there for a minute, and then I don't know if he couldn't get it back started. It looked like it may have stalled, but
yeah,
it looked like it stalled to me. I mean, on the first one, I could tell it stalled because the way he hit it, it pulled that safety out that you saw on there.
Right.
But that's that second round in the second where he went around that corner and he was a little wide and it just stalled out. It just seemed sus.
Well, and I don't even know if I would say sus. Like, I don't know, but I definitely want to say that I think that eliminations like this, like when you're relying on some sort of like some equipment like that, you know what I mean? Like a little mini fucking quad or something. It's too questionable on the issues that could arise. You know what I mean? So then it's like, what really happened with the quad? Did something go wrong with it? You know, because then like this whole fucking thing feels like unfair. You know what I mean? And I do like that they switched the bikes, you know, and you could tell because, you know, like they had red and black and then they would switch and Ryan would be on red and Bananas was on the black one or whatever. But still, it was just like, it still felt like, and even when Bananas was on the red quad on the very first round and right when TJ like said go, Ryan like takes off in his and he's on the black one and Bananas is kind of like sputtering along. So it just felt like maybe they weren't equal. Like, and that's the thing. Are they completely exactly the same equal? Like, I just feel like this was just a bad idea for an elimination all around. Like, even just down to the structure of it. Yeah,
it's just not that. I mean, it wasn't bad to watch because I enjoy NASCAR racing, but it wasn't great to watch. I'm going to be honest.
I loved...
He's making a left turn. He's making another left turn. No.
I loved Jenny's confessional where she's like, well, it's not quite F1, but it's better than sitting in the house and talking to all these people. I was like, that's fair. I would probably be laughing my ass off watching like, you know, these two like grown men just fucking putting along on these little things, chasing each other.
Now, could you imagine if there was different targets and could you see Josh or Theo on that quad?
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Theo would be like Donkey Kong for sure, like with the legs sticking out on the side and shit. Like he would not have fit in that thing.
No, not at all. I think this one was tailor made for Jordan, is what it really was. It was Jordan's elimination.
Yeah.
You know,
he would have probably had so much fun with it.
He really would have. And look, I really respect Ryan for asking them to delete it. That he fucking edited it out. I was like,
when he crashed into the hay bale.
Yeah, mad respect, sir. Mad
I love him. I really do. I really love him.
Obviously, Bananas gets the 2 wins, so he gets to select targets. He's got all the fucking power, and he lets Tori know that she's even
like,
fucked.
Come on, like she knows it's coming for her. She knows.
And then TJ informs him, you can pick everyone except, and he's like, no.
Just shoots his dreams down.
The daily winners.
Yeah, but the reaction of the queen was freaking amazing.
Oh my God. I literally, so again, we didn't get to see it Wednesday night. So then when I was watching it to take notes this morning, we still hadn't had a chance to watch it because Thursday night we spent with our kid. But anyway, so I was watching it Friday morning to take notes. And I watched the elimination for the first time by myself because Rick was at work. But my son Caleb was sitting there with me. And as soon as TJ started saying, I was like up, I was cheering. I was like, fuck yeah. I was like, fuck you, Bananas. Like, I was so fucking happy. And he's just sitting there staring at me like, I was like, I promise it's fine. It's fine.
I just loved how Tori was like, eat my shit, Bananas.
Yeah. And then she didn't win.
He was so pressed. He was pressed.
He was pissed.
Because he was waiting for that moment. As soon as he won, he's like, I got this. I can't wait. Right back at you. What?
But look, he took a shot. He took a fucking shot putting Michelle, fucking Olivia, and Naya in.
Yeah.
Fuck, he took a shot.
It was the words. I think it's more the words that were stupid and uncalled for.
He called Olivia Devin's pet snake. What, bitch?
I didn't even know that they were cool like that.
Michelle's soon-to-be ex.
Soon to be ex?
Well, I guess that's not very accurate. I mean, based on IG.
That's fucked up.
Based on the crossword puzzle.
I'm just saying.
You want a crossword puzzle?
The crossword puzzle thing was so fucking cute. If you guys have not seen the deleted scene that the challenge posted on social media of the deleted scene of Michelle finding the note from Devin, and it's like a little crossword puzzle, and it's him telling her that he loves her for the very first time, and he left it after he got eliminated. So fucking cute, so sweet. Yes, I am totally fucking in love with them. Okay, I love them. I'm so happy for them.
I do respect Michelle calling his ass out, though.
Oh yeah.
Wow, power move. Like,
yeah, and she's like, I already have a disadvantage. Like, what a power move. Like,
right?
Which I was like, fair point. You know, I mean, there was some people, but also like at the same time, I can't blame Bananas. He wanted revenge. Who else is he
gonna call down?
Yeah, who else is he gonna put down? You know, he's got
Rachel,
Jenny,
not Aviv, not Jenny.
Yeah, exactly. Not Laurel. Yeah. You know, he could have done Cara, but
yeah, that's the only other person he
didn't do Cara.
I am surprised he didn't do Cara, but I think he was just so tunnel vision.
Yeah.
Tunnel vision on getting some sort of revenge hit back on Devin. On Devin,
since he couldn't go after Tori herself.
Right, and so here's what I found interesting is that. I can't remember exactly what season it was, but I want to say it was either like 38. No, because Bananas was on 38. So it had to be 37 or 39. I don't know. But there was a season that Bananas was not on and he was being talked about a lot on the season. It had to be 39 because it had to do with Mariah. So it had to be 39. And he was like talking hella shit online because he's like, I'm not even on the season and it's still all about me. And so I started laughing because I'm like, now Devin's gone. This entire fucking episode and the whole projection of the gameplay going forward is centered around Devin. And he's not even on the fucking season anymore. Like he's already eliminated, home, chilling. Or, well, actually, he's waiting. He told Michelle he'd be waiting for her in the Philippines, in Thailand, somewhere. I don't remember where.
Aww.
Yeah, and so I found that really fucking coincidental that like Bananas was making fun of that, but now he's like part of making the show about somebody who's not even fucking there in the house anymore. And yeah, so just little coincidence, a little irony.
Yeah.
What kind of made me laugh though is like. He said something about every single girl up there, but I have no idea what he said about Naya. I don't think he said anything bad.
He didn't say anything about Naya. He just said Naya, unless we didn't see it. But in the edit, per the edit, he didn't.
I think he just didn't want that smoke. He knows what Naya will say.
Naya would have ripped his ass up.
That's just my opinion in the matter. But the Olivia comment kind of got me. It's like, come on, girl, you fuck people over too. We get it.
Oh yeah, when she was like, Bananas can call me whatever he wants, but like, where are the receipts? I was like, how about season 39? Just for an example, you know, just a little.
I'm not even mad about it. Like, I'm good with fucking people over, but like,
I'm totally fine with it.
You gotta own that shit.
But yeah,
you gotta own that shit.
Yeah,
you gotta sell that shit, bro.
Fatalities.
You gotta pop up.
You gotta do more than that.
You gotta pop up and show them. What's up, Ahsoka?
Hey, pretty girl.
So that pretty much ends the episode right there. We get a little bit of a preview for next week. And it looks like Bananas is back to old school Bananas. He's really trying to fucking go scorched earth on these motherfuckers.
Scorched banana. Does anyone, okay, really quick, does anyone feel like Bananas' little like quips and jokes and stuff are getting not so great as they used to be?
It just feels
it feels forced now. Like a lot of the little things that he says and does, I'm like, He used to be very like quippy and funny, and now it's like a lot of the stuff is just like kind of corny and feels forced. And I'm like, maybe he sees too much of like what fans say when they're like, yeah, Bananas is so funny. We love his quippiness and whatever. And
now
then
he's try hard.
Now he's trying, right? And so now it's not coming off genuine, and now it sucks. And I'm like, please stop. It's weird.
I just kind of look at it like Hulk Hogan, right?
Oh gosh.
Like when you were younger and you're like, yeah, Hulkamania, brother, and
brother.
Like, that was so fucking cool. And then like after a while, you're like, this dude's kind of fucking boring. Let's get back to Ric Flair.
Woo! Speaking of brother, do you think that has like any reference at all to Tori and Casey calling each other brother? Because I could see some corny, weird ass shit being like where they started calling each other brother. Like,
I'm sure it was.
I don't know.
Sure it was.
It just feels like a Tori Casey type thing. Like, I don't know.
Brother.
Hi, pretty cute.
Anyways, so we see Bananas dropping some fucking bombs on Nia about where she stands with Jordan. And
Come on,
there were some.
Don't fuck with the Real World Portland Alliance.
There was some cryptic tweets or posts that Nia had put out, so maybe we'll learn a little bit more about that.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Tori and Bananas blow up at the club.
Yeah, that's
going to be interesting.
That's going to be fun to watch. I want to see what the fucking fandom has to say about that next week. That's going to be good.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll go live for some certain people.
Some certain ones.
Some certain individuals. Anyways, new targets, covered that. Next week, cover that. Okay, MVPs, who you guys got in line of the nights? Jeez. I'll go first on the line of the night. It's Eat My Shit, Bananas.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's got to be Eat My Shit, bitch.
That
I think is what she said.
That, or what Ryan said about tubes and balls.
Yeah, that's an honorable
that
mention.
One was really good.
That's honorable mention. There we go.
That one was really, really good. Yeah.
Who you got for MVPs?
Dude, I gotta go with the winners, man. Tori and Jordan.
I like that.
Look, if it was any other elimination other than riding quads, I would give it to Bananas for going in there and winning, because you're getting more than halfway through the season.
Yeah.
I'll give you the MVP for that. But that daily was physically way more demanding than the elimination was. So I got to give it to Jordan and Tori. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Honorable mention to Ryan. Fucking did awesome.
Yeah. Agreed. That's 100% agreed. MVP to Jordan and Tori, and honorable mention to Ryan, and Eat My Shit, Bananas. Like for my line of the night is what I mean. Like I can't remember if she says eat my shit bananas or if she says eat my shit bitch. But
I don't remember
either way. That's the one for me.
Oh, look at you just getting two hands of love.
So happy right now.
Right up at the end of the pod.
I know you're about done. I can sense it.
This podcast is brought to you by Ahsoka Love.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
she's just looking at you. Look at how she's looking at you, like she's so in love.
Can I close out the show?
No, Dad.
Can I close out the show?
Please, Dad. Love me.
Okay. I don't want to scratch your butt right now.
Did you say your MVP, Josh?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay. I'm just dumb.
He went first.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm just dumb.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, that wraps it up for tonight. If you guys have enjoyed this, make sure you're subscribed on YouTube. Make sure you're following us on Instagram, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, so you get notified when we put out new episodes, because we do put that shit out on IG, just to let y'all know.
Most of the time. Sometimes I forget, but
not
very often.
But it happens.
Yeah.
And then, if you really enjoy this, leave us 5 stars. If you didn't really enjoy it, just, mind your business. Go on to the next podcast.
Mind your business, okay?
Just mind your business. Just mind your business.
Mind your business.
That's a Fresh
Drink
Prince.
your water and mind your business.
Little Fresh Prince reference for you. Just tell them, mind your business, all right? Mind your business. All right. So for myself, Ricky Hayes, for my beautiful wife, Corrina Hayes, for Josh motherfucking Chambers, and for Ahsoka right here, we want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. We hope you guys have a blessed week. All that great, lovely Mercury and lemonade shit. Have a good night.
What?
See ya.
Bye.